Coming up on News 11, SUNY Fredonia Black Student Union held their annual fashion show. There were no Kings protests around the nation, and 12 tons of Kit Kat bars were stolen in a chocolate heist. All this and more, News 11 starts right now. Good evening and welcome back to News 11. I'm Sam Falone.
And I'm Julia Skiba.
We have a lot of exciting stories to cover, so let's get started with your local news. The State University of New York at Fredonia has appointed its next provost and vice president for academic affairs. Dr. Julie Gorlewski, the current Carla and Larry Silverstein Dean of the School of Education at Hunter College, will start serving as Fredonia's provost in July, overseeing academic programs, faculty affairs, and initiatives that advance teaching, scholarship, and student success. Dr. Gorlewski has earned her PhD in Social Foundations of Education and her master's in Elementary Education, both from the University of Buffalo, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Secondary English Education at SUNY Buffalo State. She also has served as Professor and Senior Associate Dean for the Teacher Education and Academic Affairs in the Graduate School of Education at the University of Buffalo, and the Chair of the Department of Teaching and Learning at Virginia Commonwealth University. Also being a widely published scholar whose work focuses on instructional practice, teacher education, and educational policy, President Colson has said on her addition to Fredonia, quote, "As Fredonia continues to build a strong and sustainable future, we need an academic leader who can inspire trust, foster collaborations, and guide innovation across our programs. Dr. Gorlewski's experience and commitment to student learning make her exceptionally well suited to help lead the university into its next chapter," end quote.
Tomorrow, April 2nd, 23rd U.S. Poet Laureate Joy Harjo will be welcomed to SUNY Fredonia as its Williams Distinguished Visiting Professor. At 5 p.m., Harjo will first give a talk in the Julia J. Rausch Recital Hall before attending a reception at the Kathy and Jesse Marion Art Gallery in the Rockefeller Arts Center. Both events are free and open to the public, and tickets for the talk are available at the Fredonia Ticket Office in the Williams Center, online or by phone at 716-673-3501. Harjo is an internationally recognized writer and performer of the Muskogee Nation, and she served 3 terms as the 23rd U.S. Poet Laureate from 2019 to 2022. She has also won several prizes and awards for her poetry and humanitarian work. Department of English Chair Kim Marie Cole said, quote, "At a time when it's easy to get lost in ugly words and the deluge of bad and fake news, it's truly delightful to welcome a poet who has made a career of describing the world beautifully," end quote.
SUNY Fredonia's Black Student Union hosted their annual fashion show this past weekend. The show, titled Black in Style, The Evolution, took students on a journey back to the roots and places of the unknown. A variety of students were involved in the showcase of fashion, with general public as well as VIP viewing of the show. To watch the Black Student Union's show again, you can find the live stream posted on Fredonia's student-run TV station WNYF's YouTube channel.
SUNY Fredonia welcomed almost 1,000 prospective students and families to campus on Saturday for its annual Admitted Students Day, known as Go Big Blue Day. A total 950 guests registered for the event, making it one of the largest campus recruitment events in recent years. Go Big Blue Day offered prospective students to take a look at campus life and programs as they consider enrolling for the fall 2026 semester. Director of Admissions Austin Brass said, quote, "College is more than just classes and a degree. It's about finding your people and discovering your passions and being part of a community that supports you. That is the Fredonia experience," end quote. The event also included a surprise performance of Billy Joel's New York State of Mind by senior Lucas West, who is currently competing on NBC's The Voice.
Last Friday, March 27th, the Village of Fredonia had yet another boil water order. This is the 10th boil water order in Fredonia in the past 37 months, the last one being in January. The reason behind the latest order was caused by, quote, high turbidity levels leaving the water treatment plant, end quote. This means that there was a lot of cloudiness and or opacity in the water system due to suspended particles. Fredonia water customers are well aware of the conditions of boiling water as they have been through it many times before. It was stated that in order for the boil water to be lifted, Fredonia is supposed to clear 2 Department of Health tests. Luckily for the Village of Fredonia residents, the boil water order was lifted yesterday morning.
A new dairy farm may be coming to the town of Cherry Creek. The proposal includes a large-scale operation that would house hundreds of cows and expand local agriculture. Town officials are reviewing plans and considering community feedback before making any final decisions. Some residents support the project, saying it could boost the local economy and create more jobs. Others have raised concerns about possible environmental impacts and increased traffic in the area. Quote, we want to make sure this project benefits the community while protecting our natural resources, end quote. The approval process is expected to continue through 2026 as more details are reviewed.
Man, what a beautiful day it is. I sure hope my cat doesn't get stuck in my wall for 2 days. That's probably what the woman who got her cat stuck in her wall for 2 days said before her cat got rescued from the basement wall she was stuck in for 2 days. The cat, whose name is Freya, is a 5-year-old feline, and as this is what it says in the article, has a knack for getting into things. Isn't that ironic? This incident occurred in Springville, New York, and to get the cat out, they had to cut a hole in the wall so the feline could flee the facetious situation it faced. Talk about a crazy 2 days for that cat.
Access to legal services can be difficult to obtain due to lack of transportation or internet connection. The Justice Bus of Buffalo is making legal services more accessible to those in the area. This includes a variety of types of legal assistance such as housing, family law, and public benefits. Most of their clients are elderly or disabled, and these are acting as barriers to their right to legal representation. A Buffalo woman, Layatami Mohammed, shared her experience facing eviction after her landlord was requiring her grandson, who works a few hours at night as her aide, to pay rent. She was getting notices to add her grandson to her lease. When she didn't, the eviction letters came instead. The Justice Bus was able to help Mohammed keep her grandson as her aide with no additional rent and no eviction. To request services, learn more, or see their stops, you can call or visit their website at nls.org. Next, we will have your first look at WNYF-TV's new unofficial mascot. And when we return, we will have your national stories. We'll be right back.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to News 11. I'm Julia Skiba.
And I'm Sam Falone.
A rural Wisconsin town was rocked with an unlikely fugitive last week. At about 11:15 a.m. last Wednesday, Chesney the kangaroo scaled an 8-foot-tall fence to escape his enclosure at Sunshine Farm in Nessida, Wisconsin. Chesney was on the lam for 3 days, leading farm employees and town residents on a wild goose chase that eventually ended on Saturday. Debbie Marland, Chesney's keeper, said, quote, "I was putting on about 37,000 steps per day looking for him. I haven't done so much exercise in a very long time," end quote. Chasers even went so far as to hire heat-sensing drones to help in the search. Colton Johnson, owner of Midwest Aerial Drone Services, said the kangaroo's heat signature, quote, "almost looked like a dinosaur running through the woods. It's got a long tail, and the way it was moving and hopping, that's the only way that I can describe it," end quote. On Friday night, Chesney was discovered under a tree, but when a group of searchers surrounded him, his 20-mile-per-hour speed evaded them once more. On Saturday, just as the team was beginning to pack up, they spotted the escapee bounding towards them. Stacy Brereton, Marland's friend and occasional helper at the farm, said, quote, "He had a very calm attitude when he walked up. I just stayed calm with him and I just kind of went and sat and let him come to me," end quote. Despite being hungry and tired, Chesney is healthy and waiting for a checkup with a veterinarian. Marland said that they will be adding a new mesh top over the kangaroo enclosure to prevent any future escape attempts.
A Tennessee native, Angela Lips, was wrongfully arrested for alleged bank fraud in North Dakota. The police department in Fargo, North Dakota, was investigating a series of bank crimes when they decided to utilize AI technology to identify a possible suspect. They used Clearview AI, a startup with a database of millions of photos sourced from the internet, to identify the suspect. However, they accused wrong. Lips, the prosecuted individual, was born and raised and currently lives in Tennessee, stating that she has never been to North Dakota. Yet the Clearview AI identified her as the prime suspect. The county state office had no knowledge of the Fargo Police Department's use of AI technology and stated that the AI system was, quote, "part of the issue," end quote. The police department has acknowledged their errors but never provided Lips a direct apology for their wrongdoings.
An attack on a synagogue in Michigan has been determined to be an act of terrorism. The FBI described it as, quote, "a Hezbollah-inspired act of terrorism purposely targeting the Jewish community and the largest Jewish temple in Michigan," end quote. The culprit, Ayman Ghazali, rammed his pickup truck into the synagogue, got into a gunfight with security, and then fatally shot himself. No one else was killed in the incident. A week prior to the incident, members of his family were killed by missile strikes in Israel. According to the investigation, Ayman acted alone, but acted under the influence of Hezbollah propaganda.
Over the weekend, over 3,000 No Kings protests were held across the United States. All 50 states contained protests, with some stretching as far as Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. The demonstrations were to express discontent with the actions of President Donald Trump and his cabinet. More than half of the protesters were intentionally held in red states and battleground areas with a focus on a diversity of attendees. They were majority peaceful, and patrons held signs focusing mainly on the war in Iran, ICE, and the cost of living. Many protesters expressed that this was their first time ever protesting, and they plan on continuing in the future if the U.S. government continues to act the way it has been. A participant in Portland, Oregon, Frederick Ingram, said that attending his local No Kings protest gave him hope for the future and a strong sense of community moving forward. Citizens of all ages attended, with many protesters remembering their time on the streets during the Vietnam War. Celebrities joined the protests as well. Bruce Springsteen performed in front of the state capitol building of Minnesota to show his support for the demonstrations. More international protests can be expected to be held in the future, with this past weekend taking after the other widespread rallies in October and June of last year.
A student shot a teacher at a Texas high school and then fatally shot himself, authorities said Monday. The shooting happened at Hill Country College Preparatory High School in Bulverde, and no other injuries were reported. The teacher was taken to a San Antonio hospital, but the sheriff's office did not have an update on her condition. The 15-year-old male student died on the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The school was placed on lockdown, and students were bused to a nearby middle school where parents stood in long lines, some praying as they waited to be reunited. This is a developing story.
This past Tuesday, March 25th, the Philadelphia International Airport experienced more than just long security lines as people gathered to line up for cheesesteaks. Organizers say they achieved the new Guinness World Record for the longest line of cheesesteak sandwiches, surpassing the previous benchmark of 500 with 2,291 cheesesteaks for National Cheesesteak Day. Philadelphia's city signature food, originating back in the early 1900s, was assembled by people in black aprons along tables set up in the walkway between terminals B and C. After the record was certified, volunteers handed out the sandwiches to travelers, airport workers, and specifically Transportation Security Administration staff who have been working without pay since the government shutdown. Michael Emprick, a Guinness World Record adjudicator, said that the rules require all food used in record attempts to be eaten or donated, saying, quote, "In this case, they are going to TSA agents who definitely could use some lunch," end quote. And when we return, Sam Falone joins us with our sports update, and we'll have your first look at weather. We'll be right back.
We've been down there. You gotta do the same. Post office, all you do is sign. So don't get nervous. Sign your name. Selective service. It takes no time. Just sign on the line at the post office. Selective service.
Hey guys, if you're about to turn 18, you've got to register with Selective Service. It's simple. Just go down to the post office, fill out a card, and turn it in. That's all there is to it. There's no draft now. You're just adding your name to Selective Service's list in case there's a national emergency.
So if you're 18 now, Selective Service, you gotta get down to the post office.
Register with Selective Service. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the law.
Takes no time. Just sign on the line at the post office. Selective Service.
When you think of the local lowdown, what do you think of?
Well, when I think of the local lowdown, it's the live music that we have played in the studio.
It's gotta be the laughs we shared. The memorable moments during the whole thing. Oh my God, so fun.
The local lowdown for me is the people behind the scenes, the amazing team that we have making the show.
Oh, it's gotta be exploring all sorts of genres and music I've never heard before.
Oh, easy. Going out to shows and talking to artists and getting the latest news on what they have planned for the future.
It's about these artists, man. Giving them a platform to showcase what they've worked so hard on and show their music to the community. It's all about supporting the local scene of music to keep it running for years to come. And of course, the band merch. You can't forget about the merch.
Welcome back to News 11. I'm Julia Skiba, and we're now joined by Sam Falone, who will be giving us our weekly sports update. What's going on in sports, Sam?
Thanks, Julia. The Fredonia men's baseball team found success over the weekend against Plattsburgh State. On Saturday, they picked up a 7-5 win, and on Sunday came away with an 8-5 win and 4-1 win, respectively. Women's softball played University of Rochester this past weekend and didn't put anything in the win column. On Friday, the Lady Devils will face New Paltz and Oneonta on Saturday. And now I'll toss it back to Julia for our weather. What do you have for us, Jules?
Thanks, Sam.
Today we have already started to see those April showers as we've had cloudy skies and rain throughout the day. We saw a high of 41 degrees, and into the evening we will drop down to a low of 38, seeing an 85% chance of those rain showers to continue. Tomorrow we will see those rain showers persist as it starts to warm up quite a bit. We will see a 73% chance of rain throughout the day with a high of 62 degrees. And as we head into the night, we will start to see those rain showers slow down and the wind pick up, dropping down to a low of 59 degrees. We will continue to see that rain with our weekend weather, so stay tuned.
And when we return, we have your international headlines. We'll be right back.
To Sofia and Gabriel, mis flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to News 11. I'm Julia Skibot.
And I'm Sam Falone. In one of the strangest heists in recent history, thieves have stolen 12 tons of Kit Kat chocolate bars from a truck in Europe. Although we love our chocolate here at News 11, we've never been hungry enough to steal 413,793 Kit Kat bars. Kit Kat said in a statement that the bars were stolen from a vehicle that was distributing them from a factory in central Italy to Poland, and that the, quote, the vehicle and its contents remain unaccounted for, end quote. They also said that each bar is traceable using batch numbers on the package, and that anyone who finds a match should alert the company. A spokesperson for Kit Kat's manufacturer Nestle said, quote, we've always encouraged people to have a break with Kit Kats, but it seems thieves have taken the message a little too literally and made a break with more than 12 tons of our chocolate, end quote. Tuesday afternoon, the State University of New York posted an official statement on their Instagram page, sharing thoughts and condolences with the stolen Kit Kats following the heist. The statement went on, quote, in other news, we're excited to announce the winner of our SUNY Mascot Madness 2026 will receive 12 tons of Kit Kats as a prize, end quote.
A U.S. Air Force E-3 Sentry aircraft was destroyed by Iranian forces. This aircraft was used for surveillance purposes and communication with other aircrafts. Images obtained of the aircraft show the tail of the plane broken off as well as the rotating radar. In the same attack that destroyed this aircraft, 10 U.S. service members were also injured. This piece of technology is considered so vital due to its ability to track up to 600 threats and targets at a time. Many experts question how this aircraft was vulnerable to attack in the first place. It brings up concern about the confidence of U.S. information and the value of the targets Iran is prioritizing. The Pentagon and Air Force are looking into prototypes and replacements for some of their current fleets. For now, the U.S. Air Force will be replacing this vessel with a much smaller tracker plane, an E-2 Hawkeye.
This past Saturday, the French police launched an investigation into offenses committed against a Bank of America office in Paris. 2 individuals were taken into custody on Sunday, one of them being a minor. One individual was seen placing a device containing 5 liters of liquid and an ignition system close to the bank. Police near the site spotted 2 other individuals attempting to ignite the improvised bomb on Paris's 8th arrondissement. Interior Minister Laurent Nunez stated that despite the homemade nature of the bomb, it could have been lethal. Due to the fast response of the French police, no individuals were harmed. However, the motives of the attack remain unknown and are still being investigated. And after the break, a look at Tiger Woods' DUI arrest, Celine Dion's return to the stage, and the Oscars leaving Hollywood. We'll be right back.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the Sisterhood of Women in Tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other.
on a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward, come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Welcome back once again to News 11. I'm Julia Skiba.
And I'm Sam Falone.
American golfer and longtime best friend of Winnie the Pooh, Tiger Woods, was arrested Friday on suspicion of driving under the influence. According to 100 Acre Woods Sheriff Christopher Robbins, Woods was driving a Land Rover and clipped a pickup truck pulling a small trailer. The collision caused Woods' Land Rover to roll onto its side. Sheriff Robbins told reporters, quote, "Our DUI investigators, Rabbit and Piglet, came to the scene and Mr. Woods did exemplify the signs of impairment," end quote. And adding that Woods will face charges of driving under the influence, property damage, and refusal to submit a lawful test. Woods was not injured in the crash. It's not the first car accident nor the first arrest for allegedly driving under the influence. The 82-time PGA winner has been involved in. He was previously arrested in 2017 for a DUI that before that was cited for carelessly driving in 2009. News 11 reached out to Tiger Woods' attorney Eeyore for a comment, but he mumbled something about not being able to make a statement at this time.
Celine Dion, world-famous singer, is coming back to the stage. Celine announced in December of 2022 that she had stiff person syndrome, or SPS. SPS is a rare neurological disorder that causes mobility issues and muscle spasms. Due to this disorder, she took a 4-year hiatus from performing, but now she is back with announcements of a new series of concerts coming in September and October. Dion announced on her birthday this past Monday that she would be performing 10 concerts in Paris. She posted a video on her Instagram explaining the performances and saying, quote, "I'm feeling excited. Well, I'm grateful to all of you," end quote. The pre-sale tickets for this momentous occasion begins on April 7th.
Announced this past Thursday, the Academy will soon have a new home. That doesn't include being attached to a shopping center. The Oscars, currently located into the Dolby Theater in the heart of Hollywood in a shopping mall, will be moving to the Peacock Theater at LA Live starting in 2029. LA Live is currently a sprawling tourist hub in downtown Los Angeles, and it's also the site of the Emmy Awards since 2008 and will undergo
quote, comprehensive enhancements as part of the new deal with Sports and Entertainment Corporation, AEG, which owns LA Live. The venue change will also align with the Oscars' new streaming home on YouTube starting in 2029. The Oscars, currently in the 3,400-seat theater surrounding the Hollywood Walk of Fame, will be receiving a similar vibe in the relocation at LA Vibe. Now be surrounding a Lucky Strike bowling alley, several Saw theaters, and Crypto.com Arena, home of the LA Lakers and the Grammy Awards. Recently, the Oscars have been held in downtown LA, including the Shrine Auditorium and the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, through 2028. The Oscars will be televised on ABC and are planned to be held at the Dolby Theater before the big move, celebrating the 100th Oscars ceremony. Now we're going to toss it to Sam one more time tonight for the end of the weekend weather. How's it looking, Sam?
Thanks so much. So Friday, we will continue to see those warm temperatures with a high of 69 degrees, and we will see cloudy skies with a 42% chance of showers in the morning. As we head into the evening, we will continue to see those cloudy skies dropping down to a low of 46 degrees. Saturday, we will once again have a high of 69 degrees. We will continue to see those rain showers as well, seeing them turn into thunderstorms. Heading into the evening, we will continue to see some of that rain and dropping down to a low of 42 degrees. And on Sunday, it will start to cool down with a high of 45 degrees. We will also see a 55% chance of morning showers, and heading into the evening, we will drop down to a low of 32 degrees. So make sure to pack your umbrella this weekend. And that's all that we have for your weekend weather for this week.
Thank you so much, Jules. That does it for News 11. Thank you to our behind-the-scenes crew. We'll be back next week.
And as always, thank you to everyone watching at home. Have a great night. And you all fools!